The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Admiral Zixathara's claws scraped against the polished table. The ancient Vrex commander had lived through 7 centuries of galactic politics, but nothing had prepared her for this moment. "The report is confirmed," she announced, her voice carrying the weight of disbelief. "The Terran Expeditionary Fleet has returned." A collective gasp rippled through the assembled delegates. The reptilian Sorok representative's crest flared in shock. The ethereal Luminos flickered with anxiety. Even the machine-precise Nexari units displayed error codes across their optical displays. "Impossible," hissed Council Prime Velthar, his serpentine form coiling in agitation. "The humans were purged 3 millennia ago. We have monuments to their extinction. We studied their dead worlds." Admiral Zixathara activated the holographic display. Star maps blazed to life, showing a vast expanse of previously unexplored space beyond the galactic rim. Red markers indicated human colonies, dozens of them. "It appears we were wrong," she said grimly. "Catastrophically wrong." 3,000 years earlier, the humans had been considered a minor nuisance. Their small blue world had produced warriors fierce enough to concern the Council, but their technology was primitive. When the Sorok Empire launched their cleansing campaign, most Council members had simply looked the other way. The humans fought with desperate courage, but plasma cannons and energy shields meant little against antimatter warheads and quantum disruptors. Earth burned. The colonies fell. The survivors scattered to the cosmic winds, presumed dead within decades. The galaxy moved on. Humanity became a footnote in history classes, a cautionary tale about the fate of aggressive lesser species. Now, Admiral Kestrel stood on the bridge of the UES Indomitable, watching the Sorok homeworld grow larger on the view screen. Her weathered face showed no emotion, as tactical displays revealed the enemy fleet positioning itself between her ships and the planet. "Ma'am," reported Commander Chen from the sensor station. "They're hailing us on all frequencies, demanding we identify ourselves." Kestrel smiled, a cold expression that would have chilled any council member who remembered the old human archives. "Put me through." The main screen shifted to show General Karath, the current Sorok military commander. His scaled face registered shock as he took in Kestrel's appearance. You're human," he stammered. "But that's impossible. Your species is extinct." "Extinction," Kestrel replied calmly, "is a strong word, General. We prefer to think of it as an extended vacation." Behind her, the bridge crew worked with practiced efficiency. These weren't the desperate refugees who had fled 3 millennia ago. These were the descendants of survivors who had spent generations preparing for this moment. "How?" Kareth demanded. "How do you still exist?" "You made one critical error," Kestrel explained, clasping her hands behind her back. "You assumed that because you destroyed our worlds, you had destroyed our spirit. But humans, General, are remarkably difficult to kill." The tactical display showed the human fleet spreading into formation. Their ships were unlike anything the galaxy had seen, sleek vessels that seemed to bend light around their hulls, covered in geometric patterns that hurt to look at directly. "When you drove us from our homes," Kestrel continued, "you scattered us across the void. Some groups found refuge in asteroid fields. Others built habitats in the spaces between stars. A few even learned to live in the quantum foam itself, becoming something more than human but never forgetting what they were." General Karath's communication officer whispered urgently in his ear. His expression shifted from confusion to alarm. 37 star systems, Kestrel said, watching his face. "That's how many we've reclaimed in the past 6 months. All of them former council territories. All of them now flying human colors." "This is madness," Karath snarled. "We have the entire galactic defense fleet, thousands of ships, millions of soldiers." "Yes," Kestrel agreed. "And where are they now?" The general's blood went cold as he realized the implications. While the council had been dealing with the mysterious attacks on their outer colonies, they had pulled their fleets back to protect the core worlds. The humans hadn't been randomly raiding. They had been herding the council forces exactly where they wanted them. You see, General, we learned something important during our long exile. The galaxy is vast, but it's also interconnected. Disrupt the right supply lines, target the correct relay stations, and even the mightiest empire becomes vulnerable. On cue, alerts began flashing across Karath's command screens. Hyperlane beacons were going dark throughout the sector. Communication networks were experiencing cascading failures. The carefully maintained infrastructure that held the galactic key. Civilization together was collapsing with surgical precision. 3,000 years, Kestrel said softly. 3,000 years to study your weaknesses, to grow stronger, to remember. Did you really think we would forget? The human fleet began to advance. Their ships moved with an eerie synchronization, as if controlled by a single mind. Energy readings spiked beyond anything the Sauroch sensors could interpret. Last chance, General, Kestrel offered. Surrender now, and your people live. Continue this path, and you'll discover why humans don't stay extinct. General Karath looked at his tactical display, where his superior numbers meant nothing against technology that violated known physics. He thought of the 37 fallen star systems, each one taken with minimal casualties to the attackers. His claws trembled as he reached for the surrender beacon. Across the galaxy, council members watched their communication networks flicker with an impossible signal. Human ships were broadcasting on every frequency, their message simple and clear. To the species of the Galactic Council, humanity has returned. Those who participated in our genocide have one choice: surrender and face trial or face extinction. Choose wisely. We learned patience in the void, but our memory is perfect. And in the depths of space, where quantum storms raged and normal matter couldn't exist, something vast and patient turned its attention toward the civilized galaxy. After 3 millennia of evolution and adaptation, humanity was ready to reclaim their place among the stars. The age of council dominance was ending. The age of human ascendancy had begun.